Hey everyone, welcome to Beamstream. Today I'll be sharing an overview of what we'll be covering in this video. I have three things. I have the big question. The big question is what we'll be thinking about for the rest of that week. I know it makes me think. I have the project peek. That's the little sneak peek of the project that you'll be doing this week. The last of my three things is what I will tell you to bring to your team Zoom meeting.
Big question!
Hi everyone, this is Sarah, and welcome to Big Question. So last week you made your brain maps, and your brain maps held all of the things that are most important to you, the things you love, the things you most care about, things you might worry about. These are big picture things. But this week, we're going to focus on some of the little things that you're curious about, ideas that zip across your mind during the day, just tiny, goofy things. So, the question this week is, what is lighting up your brain this week? So this question, what's lighting up your brain this week, is more about what are these little things that you're thinking about that you might wonder about for just a second when you're talking to a friend. Maybe you Google it really fast just to find out what it is. Maybe you hear about a new activity or a new sport or a new video game or a new kind of art and you have to look it up right away because you're curious about it. Those are the little things that light up your mind on any given day that we want to make our projects about this week. Sorry about the honking. So rude. So take a minute right now to write down a few of these things that have been zipping across your mind and lighting it up this week. So actually, let's have a look at your Google histories, not to be invasive, but this week I've been Googling how to play the game of Go. So I've been trying to learn how to play this game. It's an ancient Chinese game. It's pretty cool if anyone wants to play. So I wrote down, how do you play Go? You could also write really weird things like, why are store-bought salads so sad? Or I was looking up, how do you make custom jigsaw puzzles for your friends and family? So after you've written down a few of these strange ideas that have been lighting up your brain the past week, try to think of a symbol that makes sense with those curiosities. So for how do you play Go, I made a little drawing of the Go pieces for the game. And then for why are store-bought salads so sad? Obviously, wilted lettuce leaf with a sad face. And custom jigsaw puzzles, I thought it made sense just to draw a jigsaw puzzle for that. You also may have noticed that there's kind of a lot going on in the news these days, so your thing zipping across your mind might have something to do about the news as well. It could be something like, what do all these percentage numbers actually mean with the COVID rates? That's something that I often wonder about. Whatever these curiosities are for you this week, just try to be more specific than just music or sports. Make sure that it's something interesting and specific to you. So we'll share these curiosities that you write down in Team Zoom, and we'll be using the symbols for our project that we make together this week. All right, see you soon. Bye.
What are we gonna do?
I don't know.
Project Peak.
Hello everyone, welcome to today's Beamstream. Today involves some circuitry, so I will do a little demo of what we'll be doing this week. And you'll need a coin cell battery, an LED, a pair of scissors, or you can bring Sharpie or pencil or a pen, whatever you like, and copper tape. And last, you will need a cardboard chip, or you can use a paper, whatever, it's up to you. So I'll show you different techniques on how to connect an LED to a coin cell battery. As you can see, the coin cell battery has a back side, the little flat side, that's a positive side. And on the top one where you see there's a little crease over here, that's the negative part. And you can see it, plus and negative side. So let's go ahead and see how we can light up this LED. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention about the LED has two legs, any LED. So the long leg, you can see it, the long leg is the positive side and the short leg is the negative side. So now let's see if we can light up this LED. So positive to positive, negative to negative, and boom, here is my light. The next thing I want to talk about was how to create a switch. So to create a switch, I'm going to cut a little piece of this cardboard chip, just a little piece. I don't need that much, just a little one. All right, with my pair of scissors. So now what I will do is bend it in half. All right, once I've done that, all right, I'll put it over here. So now the next thing I would do is use my LED light, right? So I will make sure that I will bend it a little bit, all right? And now I will try to spread the legs. As I'm spreading the legs, you want to keep in mind which side is the positive and which side is the negative. As I mentioned earlier, the short leg is the negative and the long leg is the positive. So to not be confused, right? What I will do is mark on this side negative and right here positive. So now I'm gonna make sure that my LED don't move, right? So what I will do, the next thing is use the copper tape to keep the light stable, right? So now what I will do is this, right? So make sure that when you use the copper tape, make sure that the copper tape don't touch the negative side of the LED. The plus side don't touch the negative side, all right? So this is what I will do with my copper tape. So now my LED is not moving. So now I won't use this yet. My next thing is to connect the positive side of the battery to the long leg to the positive side of the LED. So now I will use, a little long side for the LED. Of the copper tape. So now what I will do, I will tape this on the plus side of the battery, right? Plus side is the flat one, the one that's really big and flat. So now I'm going to flip it around like that, right? And make sure that it's still sticking. So now I'm going to connect that to the positive side of the battery, just like that, right? So now, as you can see, the positive is connected to the positive side of the LED. So now, how will I make this light up? So that's when this little cardboard chip will come in hand as a switch. So the next thing I will do, right, is this. All right. So now that I have this connected here, I'm going to have boom coming here just like that, right? Okay. All right, it's right here. Make sure that it's not moving. Boom. Now, so what I'll do, I'm creating a pathway for the negative side of the light bulb to reach out to this negative part of the battery. So, I'm using copper tape, which is a great source, which I'm pretty sure all of you have that in the toolbox, right? The brain box. So now I'm going to go ahead and connect the switch. This is the switch that I just created as you guys saw using the little piece of cardboard. So now you can see, oh, it's lighting up right there. Today I'm gonna show you how to turn your circuitry into a nice looking mini projector. You get to choose 3 things from your brain map that you will draw on these sheets of cellophane, right? I love apples because I love to eat apples. So I draw an apple. I love to listen to music, so I listen to music. And I love to play soccer, right? So I drew a soccer ball here. First thing you will need is paper. If you don't have paper, you can use cardboard. You will need scissors, Sharpie, or you can use pencil, tape. Don't forget your ruler. You need a ruler. And this, you will need this cellophane. So these are all you need to build your mini projector. So now I'm gonna go ahead and cut this paper in half. I'm gonna measure it with the ruler right here. All right, boom. All right. All right. Now that I cut it in half, I will need, you get to choose whichever that you want. I will need this one, all right? So the next thing to do is fold the paper like that, all right? Into a nice looking cone. Get your tape. Tape this side, boom. Tape this side as well. Boom, boom, boom. So now, we're not done yet. So you gotta tape these 2 sides. Now I'm gonna tape these other sides. The reason why I'm taping is because I don't want the paper to unfold itself. So I'm using the tape to hold it in place, right? Another one right here. Boom, boom, boom. All right, now we got it. I think I should put a little tape right there, right? Yeah, I should do that. Tape this side, so it's nicely secured, right? Okay, so now the next thing to do, right, is use the cellophane, right? Use your cone, the cone that you just made out of the paper. And some people would normally put it right inside, right in the middle of these big sheet of cellophane, but it's best to use the sides, right? The reason why you use the sides because you wanna save, some extra sheets. All right. So I will not put the cellophane all the way to the sides because I wanna make sure there's enough. There's a little layer of cellophane available for me to tape it to the edge of the paper. So before I do that, I want to go ahead and trace it out just like that using the Sharpie, right? Boom. I have a nice looking circle. So we're not cutting out the circle, but we just cutting this out, all right? Now one more here, boom, okay. So now, the next thing that you gotta do is this. You wanna go ahead and cut from the edges to the black line, right? So like you're cutting little strips from the edges to the middle, right? You don't want to cut it all the way, but you want to stop at the black line, just like that, right? All right, so now that we did this, right? Look, here's where the magic comes from, right? So now that's in the middle. Now we will be able to just tape the sides easily. You see that? All right, so now we're not going to tape the sides right now. We want to make sure that we cut a little crease, right, from the from the edges of this. So now you want to go ahead and bend your cone just like that. You want to don't make it completely flat, but you want to make it flat just like that in case, so that you can have this little crease right here that I did on my projector. That's the next step that we're going to do. So I will count using my ruler 2 centimeters from this edge to that edge, 2 centimeters here, and on this side 2 centimeters. Nice. Try to line them up now. So now I'm gonna start from this side, coming from 1 to 5, so 5 centimeters. Or you can go up to 6, but don't go all the way to 7, or you're gonna cut the whole thing off. Oh, let me go all the way to 6, right? To cut through it, right? I don't wanna cut it all the way. I wanna stop exactly where I mark it. I mark it at 6, so I'm going to stop at 6, all right? So now, after you do that, you can go ahead and try to make it look like a nice looking circle as it was before. So now you want to go ahead and place your cellophane right on top of the cone, and now we're taping the edges, right? Make sure it's nicely centered. Boom. Tape this side, just like that. Go to the next one, turn it around. I would say it's best to take your time and not rush, because I know a lot of people rush into wanting to finish the project on time. Yeah, take your time to do this, no rushing. Now that you did this, you want to put it aside over here, right? And use the circuitry that you did on a piece of paper earlier. So you want to go ahead and cut it, right? You cut it just like that. You know, you just cut it. Alright. Try to bend it a little bit. And that is what will actually go inside. And you'll be able to, now you see it's going inside, right? Nice, good. So now we're gonna create the handles, right? Just like you see on this one right here, creating the handles. So you can use the same material. You cut this one a little bit, all right? So try to fold it, just like that. Nice, you know, create, boom, one here, one on this side. All right, so now that I did this, I'm gonna go ahead. So you do not, well, you wanna leave these sides up. So make sure it goes to the bottom right here. All right, make sure it goes to the bottom. All right. So use my tape. Use my tape to make sure that it's nicely secured before I try to tape it onto the projector, right? All right, Good. So now that I did that, I'm gonna use another piece of tape. You know, just one half of the tape on this side, and then the other half onto the cylinder, just like that. All right. That's one. Boom. All right. There you have it. Mini projector with your circuit inside that you can turn on and off, and yeah. That's it. Enjoy.
What to bring?
What do you need to bring to this week's Zoom call? You'll need a paper towel roll or tissue paper roll, some scrap cardboard, your tape, scissors, binder clips, and some cellophane. Cellophane is the clear little sheets that are colorful. It looks like plastic, but it also looks like paper at the same time. You'll need LEDs, you'll need some copper tape, and you'll need your coin cell batteries. Last but not least, I need everyone to bring the answer to their big question to their team Zoom meeting. See you all next week. Bye. Thanks for watching.
Beamstream.